Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to another day of drawing with Mike Jones, myself, and Jacob Boone. Here, we finally got on the air again today.
Howdy, folks.
We were a little late getting there, but I had some other things I wanted to do before we started. Welcome. I'm glad to see whoever's here today. I really appreciate you stopping in. We're still working on the Scarlet Mutton and still listening to some wonderful silent movie music as our background music. Only part of it got muted last time. We were lucky, and we figured out which ones won't get muted, so
we'll be using that one again.
We'll be using these same ones until we find some other music. It seems to be working for us, though. Shout out to my son. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Happy Father's Day to you, Nick. Happy Father's Day to all my friends who are fathers. I myself am a father, and my children both wished me a beautiful Father's Day today. And unfortunately, my daughter isn't feeling well today, so we can't be together. But she'll be okay. My son sent me a beautiful card. I should probably break it out.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's a beautiful card. I want to break it out in a little bit. But anyway, I hope everybody out there's having a good weekend and a good Father's Day. Today we're just going to continue on with our story and try to play some more connect the dot with some of these drawings. Got some little holes that I got to fill up. Today I started working on an establishing shot of the Mutton and Lambo coming outside the building after they just tore up all the wolves, but Lupine gets away and he goes down to a secret little dock down here below the building through a secret door. But they can't follow him down the door because they're showering him with bullets, so they go back out the window and they try to find another way. They see the boat and it's getting ready to take off. This is just an idea for a shot. What's going to happen is the Mutton is going to cut one of these ropes and use it to swing down on the boat just as they're pulling out. And they're going to show them in the boat and here preparing to leave quickly. And that's just a shot of them, and then we'll show them going out and the Mutton swinging in. And Lambo follows him, but he can't. He waits a moment too long, and he can't use the rope trick. So he ends up using his mutton chop against the Scarlet Mutton's direct order not to use it yet, but he wants to use it. He wants to try it, and he ends up using it, and he saves the Mutton's life. After Mutton hits the boat, he kicks one of the guys off overboard. That was Johnny Stench, actually. Johnny Stench being this character here. He gets kicked off the boat right away. And the other two, Lupine goes down into the cabin briefly. And the other two fight the Mutton, and Mutton electrocutes one of them with his prod, and the other one he actually punches. But while he's battling with the one thug, Lupine comes out from the cabin behind him and pulls a gun on him and gets the drop on him. And looks as though he's going to get shot. And that's, of course, the moment that Lambo picks to drop in. Using the mutton chops, he drops in on them, the other guys, and starts beating his ass. And they subdue them. Just as the harbor patrol pulls up, their microphone saying, "This is the police. You're under arrest." Blah, blah, blah. But of course, then they use the mutton chops to get away. And Johnny Stench, the first guy that got kicked into the water, he in all the confusion, he gets away. So he's on the lam from the cops now, but they got Lupine and they got the money. They got the money in the valise. So that's basically how this story sort of ends. And the Mutton and Lambo return to their car, which has been discovered. That's another scene I have to draw still, is them using their camouflage hologram device that's on the Ebony Racer. Wooly activates it from remote control from the mutton layer, and it hides the car from view. It disguises it as a big giant dumpster in an alley. But while the mutton and Limbo are fighting the goons at the warehouse, the car, the hologram projector, takes a shit, and the illusion is gone. And so anybody that sees the car, and the cops find the car. And of course, they know it's the Scarlet Mutton's car. You know, there's no other car like it. And that's when Wooly remotely activates the defense devices in the car to keep the cops off the car until the mutton can return and get the car. So he keeps them away with various little tricks that are in the car. But I haven't drawn that yet either. So there's a lot of drawing still to do.
So we're done with the intro.
Yes.
The recap.
Yes.
And working into the actual sketching of the rest of the story here.
Yes, which a lot of it has already been sketched. But there were a lot, like I say, a lot of holes in scenes where certain connecting action needs to be drawn and edited in properly. And the reason it didn't get done to begin with was because I wasn't really sure how it was going to play out. I wasn't sure exactly what the action would be. So now I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I think I finally know what it's going to be, and that always helps this process.
I'll get the music going.
Yeah, let's get that music. I can't hear it. Ah, that good old silent movie music. Sounds like a chase, like it's Keystone Cops. So did we ever figure out exactly what the cutoff point was for the copyrights on those? Is it 1926 or 23?
There's no hard cutoff point, Mike. It's individual. They're like snowflakes. Copyrights need to be renewed. They have time limits. They expire.
Right, exactly. I knew that. So today I'm just kind of sketching along here. Oh, there was something I wanted to do. That's really important. I was just getting ahead of myself a little bit. I had this little indicia stuff I wanted to do for our newspapers. I'm going to do that. I'll be right back, folks.
This it? It's down here. Unless you got some good stuff. Say it's down here unless you got some.
It is?
Yeah.
All of it?
Looks like it.
Okay. Where's it? Oh. I got a question. Can I put several on the same page, or do I have to?
And just don't cram them up
I just
next to each
don't
other.
cram them up. So give them some height.
Imagine a square
Yeah.
box.
Okay. Check. All right.
Don't impede.
We'll
the
get back to
property
this part. We'll
boundaries.
get back to this scene a little bit later. You got these newspapers that appear on page 6, I think, or 7. Yeah, there's a couple of panels that have newspaper headlines. And I just wanted to add some stuff like for the indicia on the paper, like a little globe, or we wanted to call one of them the Daily Watchdog, which I think is pretty appropriate for a sheeple town. So I think I'm gonna have to use the light table. The light. So this is just a cleaner pencil of our little watchdog. That's one. Yeah, put that at the bottom. So I can give you multiple images in these boxes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. As long as you got some white space around them all, really, you can cut them out easy.
Just imagine property corners. That's all.
Interesting.
So I can cut it out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I have to cut it out in squares.
Gotcha.
I mean, I can go through and draw a little, selection around it, but it's a lot easier just to drag two corners.
Gotcha.
Mr. Marshall. Well, hey, Brian.
Right here?
So I was distracted by Mr. Marshall over there. Appreciate the follow, subscribe, like, whatever. We're on all three platforms, so. But I see you're on Twitch, so.
Hey, man, how's it going? You gonna watch us from home today, huh?
Chilling.
Just stopping in to say hello, huh?
Just chilling.
Just chilling.
Some time in
You're
between.
doing some drawing yourself, I imagine.
Some time in between Fightcade.
Well, it's nice of you to stop in and say hello, man.
Indeed.
Just working on some indicia here, some boring stuff. There's some little things that had to be added.
I have to go to work today, even though I am off.
Oh,
Yeah,
that sucks.
yeah.
That sucks. Why is that, man? They call you in, or you just need money?
I imagine they called him in. Says he hasn't been making money on day shift. He's switching back to nights. Just when you got adjusted.
Well, yeah, that's the way it is at that place, man.
Yeah, you have to be okay with randomness to stay there.
Yeah, you never know what to expect.
Yeah.
and walk in there, and there's new managers every day, new personnel, new rules.
Oh yeah.
You don't know what's going on from one minute to the next, man. They just throw it right at you. Here it is. Changes. You know. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that.
What he's talking about is.
Well, I don't really want to talk about it.
It's
Sort of a.
he says okay.
I know exactly what he's going through, and I you know.
He says he got some drawing in today, so.
He got some drawing in.
Yeah.
Good.
Your stuff's looking good, Brian. I remember when you first showed up, man. You've made leaps and bounds.
Yes, you have. You've done some wonderful stuff, man, and just keep doing it, man. It's good, improving every day.
Absolutely.
And you know, Brian has taken the time to educate himself on the
Theory.
You know, on the book side of it, and on the techniques, and he's taking classes and stuff, which is can only help.
Well, that and it looks good on a resume.
Yes, it does. It does. It does look good on the resume.
There's Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca. Happy Father's Day to the greatest time. Well, I wish I could take that credit, but thank you. But thank you. I am having a nice day today. I got a really nice card from Nicholas and Joanna, and I really, really love it. I'm gonna back. Why don't you go get that for me? We'll show it to her.
Okay.
I got this card. Yeah, you're right, man. It's a hell of a task, Brian. It does make you appreciate the people that you know, that the masters for sure. Thank you very much. I don't know what you've seen. I guess you probably saw last week's broadcast, but anyway, yeah. Yeah, I'm working pretty fast. I work pretty fast. This, you know, when I get on it. Anyway, Becky, I want to show you this card that Nick sent me. See if we can get a close up of it.
Here, use your main camera.
This is a Dad, the hero, all hero, no cape. It's a beautiful Wayne Boring Superman drawing. And then in the inside, you see another beautiful Wayne Boring Superman ink drawing. Love the way you can save any day. Happy Father's Day. And I love you too, son. I love you very much. I hope you're watching right now. This is a wonderful card. Now, on top of that, it plays music. The Superman theme from 1978 Christopher Reeve film. It's awesome. This is really cool. I got it up on my bookcase right now. I always put the latest cards up, and they hang. I've got a bunch of them that I've collected so far. My son sends me lots. Likes to send cards, and he always sends a nice one. This is really cool. This is definitely me.
Dilly dilly.
And anyway, yeah, that is awesome. That is it is. Unfortunately, Sierra's under the weather right now. She's not feeling well today, and she had to stay home in bed. I'm probably gonna go check on her here in a little while. So she called me, wished me happy Father's Day, but she couldn't. We were gonna go to breakfast today, but you know, Nick does like cards, and he's very sweet about it, and he always picks appropriate ones. I really like his taste in cards. He knows how to pick something you'll like. That's you know, that's cool. So I'm doing right here is some boring stuff, doing a little indicia. That stuff that's going to go on to our, I don't know if you can see with that bright light I got underneath it. It's like just a little logo stuff that we're going to put on our newspaper. little star with a bullet hole in the middle, or just a circle in the center. So the word extra. Are we going to do that with the word extra? Are we going to do that with a font, or you want to?
I can do it with a font.
Yeah. The Daily Bulldog, or Watchdog, that should be in a font, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, how you doing? How's everything going out there for you today, Becky? Working hard? Yes, Brian. Right now I'm just doing pencils because I'm going to probably ink this indicia. This all has to be inked and individually scanned and used for the newspapers that are in the panel. 3 panels worth of newspaper headlines. I just wanted them to look good and put the proper headlines in. I got all the headlines over and that over here for the first 3 papers, and then the 4th one is. I think it's just Flocker Air declared legally dead. We can use these again in the future if we ever have any other newspapers. Occasionally, I will be showing newspaper headlines in this comic, in the story. See. Finished my waterfall. Cool.
Waterfall in the pond.
Yeah,
that
she's
sounds
got
magical.
She's got a really nice pond back there, man. She did a really nice job on this one area right next to her house as you come out the back.
Do you have a pet unicorn?
Yes. Yes. I'm fleshing out the rough sketches. I haven't got anything solid to ink today. Really. I could probably fabricate a page to ink, but since all this, there's still a lot of question marks as to
Me
what.
too.
Huh?
Pet unicorn.
I wish what? What do you wish?
Pet unicorn, Mike.
Oh, she wanted a unicorn. Yeah. Man, maybe you could we get you one of those unicorn statues for your backyard.
For your waterfall pond.
You know, right next to a bird bath or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really has a nice, a lot of room in her yard for all kinds of stuff, man. She's got a big yard, and she's got lots of different areas that she could really spruce up and make them look sweet, you know. But that's the one she did, what she worked on, and it looks wonderful right over in that area. Very serene. She's got it well lit with the blue lights.
There's some goldfish in the
No,
pond.
I think she tried that. It didn't work out for her. I forget what she told me. Somehow I think they died or something.
Yeah. Eaten by egrets and
by little denizens in our neighborhood.
mandrills.
They weren't safe in that pond from the predators.
Herons. Okay. Yep. There it is. That's the culprit. Did they at least leave a tip? Jeez.
Yeah. Okay, we already have that edition for that Comics Code Authority thing. Don't we have that already done?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I have to look around for it. Let me see. Yeah, okay, there it is.
You got it? Does it look good or do I need to redo it?
Right here.
Let me see it. It doesn't look too bad if you shrink it. It's going to be small, so that's fine. The 12 cents does not go on it.
Okay.
It's also needs to be cut out. But I'm doing another one here on issue number 1. A little box that says issue number 1, 12 cents.
Yeah.
So we can change it up, whatever we know. But I'd like to have that Comics Code Authority thing on there. That's just a nod to the past, man, when comics were cool.
Comics Code Authority?
Yes, which is not necessary anymore. It's just a. It was created because of the.
Oh, that's a real thing.
Huh?
That's a real thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't know if you can use that.
Why not?
I mean, don't you need permission?
Why would I need permission? All comic books bore that symbol back in the 60s. Anything that was published.
Yeah, because it was submitted to the Comics Code Authority and approved. It has code,
Okay, so
it has code criteria.
in other words, okay, so yeah, they did. Well, they did, but that's. I don't think that has any teeth anymore. That's an old thing. You don't see that on comic books anymore, do you? I don't think so.
(1980s to 2010) abandonment. Yeah, you have to submit to the CCA. If you want to use that,
It still exists. It's still an organization.
on September 29th, 2011, the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund announced that it would acquire the intellectual property rights to the Comics Code seal from the defunct CMAA.
Okay.
The Comics Code seal can be seen at the beginning of the 2018 superhero film Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse as part of the production logos.
I always thought it was pretty cool, so I can't legally use it. What you're saying? Right.
Right.
Okay.
I thought that was something you just made up.
Oh God, no.
You're always so worried about copyright.
I didn't think that was even that anybody would be after me for using that. Honestly.
I don't know, man.
We don't need to. We don't.
It's been-
It's really It's really extraneous. It doesn't mean anything.
It's been defunct for a while, so I guess nobody. I don't know, man.
Well, you see, I'm banking on the fact that the people who read this comic are going to realize that it's sort of an homage in many ways, not only to the Green Hornet or whatever, serials in general, and it's also an homage to the old comic books that I read as a kid. I'm putting a 12-cent price tag on this thing just because like it's a Silver Age comic. You know what I'm saying? That's just for fun. It's just, of course, it doesn't cost 12 cents. But
so yeah, it's been defunct for 10 years now.
Because you don't need it. It doesn't have any. It didn't. I mean, see, there was never really a law. She says she's seen it on T-shirts. Yeah, you've seen that on the Comics Code Authority on T-shirts. I always wanted to have one. I had a big one on there. I could probably make one myself, but yeah, you just change it up a little bit, I guess.
Here's a list of criteria. So
what's the criteria?
Man, I don't want to read it.
Well, read anything that might be pertinent.
No comic magazine shall use the words horror or terror in its title. That's interesting.
And see, that was created in I believe in the 50s.
Scenes of excessive violence shall be prohibited.
No blood or gore,
In every
sexes and everything. All that was.
In every instance, good shall triumph over evil, and the criminal punished for his misdeeds. In every instance, it says.
That's just the same as they did to the movies back in the day, man. They made a code, and you couldn't present your film in public without passing the board of review, the code of the censorship, basically. And that's what the reason that they created the Comics Code Authority, and was just a way to keep these people who were attacking the comic book industry at the time. They were attacking it, saying it was bad for kids to read comic books. They actually banned certain lines of comics that were very, very big sellers, like the EC comic horror comics, Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, Chamber of Secrets, all these, House of Mystery, all these were like really outright horror comics, and they had to change them up and lighten their tone. I mean, they did keep certain titles, and they did lighten it down to where it wasn't like outright horror, but you don't see somebody holding a severed head.
Tales from the Crypt was a great show. I bet it was a great comic book.
It was such a great comic book, they made a TV series about it.
Yeah.
That basically ripped off actual stories that were in the book. They made episodes out of it. So that was a very popular line of comic books, but that was the one that was most questionable when it came to how it affects children when they read it. These psychiatrists, notably a man named Dr. Frederick Wortham, came forward in the 50s, wrote a book called Seduction of the Innocent, in which he claimed comic books were the root of all evil in our children. And that Batman and Robin were homosexuals, and that and Superman was like
a pedophile.
Not a pedophile. Superman wasn't a pedophile, but Superman was
a narcissist.
delivering a right cross, and
false god.
That too, all that kind of stuff. They just made it out to be bad for children. Bad. So the Comics Code Authority was established in order to protect the industry from being destroyed. They made up their own rules and censorship set up, and as long as that a comic book bore the code approved by the Comic Code Authority, then it was deemed okay for children to buy and read. So you were discouraged from. In fact, they could not let you publish if you didn't bear that seal. So they appeased the government and the Senate hearing committees. They appeased them because I mean, when they called witnesses, they actually had hearings, and they called witnesses up. You can't call up the pen and ink characters that are on the paper to testify in court. You call up the artists and writers and the editors, and they're the culprits. They're the ones who are publishing this trash. So the head of DC Comics and the head of Quality Comics and the head of all these comic book publishers, including Disney and other people that were publishing comics on, in some way or another. All the magazine publishers were under fire during this time. And that's why the Comics Code Authority was established, to keep them, to say, make them say, yes, we're going to comply, we're going to go along with you, we were right, and he toned it down, and we did. And the comic book industry went on. Okay, we're going to have to do one more.
Brian, draw Atlas holding the world. And good luck, have fun at work.
Doing anatomy studying today. I will see. Okay, you'll see me there, man. I guess you'll be back at night. I don't blame you. That's really the best. That's where the most action is. The day shift is long and sometimes not that profitable. But anyway, thanks for stopping in, man, and I can't wait to see what you've been working on, and I'll talk to you at work. Take it easy, Brian. Rebecca, you still with us? Kind of surprised the card stuntman hasn't showed up today.
Mike.
What's the matter?
Nothing. It's the summoning ritual.
Huh?
Nothing. Oh, puppy. Rebecca's still here, Mike.
Okay.
She responded. She's noticed.
Yep. Okay.
Was there something you wanted?
I get down and start looking at this, and I forget what's going on. I get so wrapped up in what I'm doing.
Yep. Like Hank Hill. Boomhauer. Yep.
What do you think of our music?
Wish I had a beer to crack open. Yep. Alright. I did have an energy drink, so. Close enough. Oh, Modelo's the best. Good choice, good choice. Modelo Dark is Just full of flavor, smooth, tastes great. She says she loves the music, Mike.
She loves it?
She loves it.
Well, thank you. It's you know, it's really better than nothing, you know?
Better than forcing people to bring their own music. BYOM.
Yeah.
Charlie Chaplin, let's see. It's Kid Speed with Larry Semin. It is Charlie Chaplin.
She doesn't. Well, a lot of those films, all of the films from that time had similar kind of a sound to them in a lot of ways. Believe me, there was a person. A lot of times these films would be played in a theater, and there would be a Wurlitzer organ at the base of the stage, and someone would come out and actually play live organ music to accompany the film. And that was a standard practice back in the day before they started establishing, a way, to make soundtracks.
Man-Made Monster and his Igor.
Who's that?
Summoning complete.
Who? Oh!
Card Stuntman. The gang's all here.
Card Stuntman! It wouldn't be Mike Jones Draws Sunday without you coming by, brother, and you're right. I am the man-made monster. I love that. I love that moniker. That comes from a movie, of course.
Tobor.
No, actually, Tobor the Great. I know everybody, we can see this. It's over here on the wall, but Tobor the Great is a little poster I've got. The catchphrase for the poster says, "A man-made monster with every human emotion." But Man-Made Monster was one of the first horror films, I guess, that Lon Chaney Jr. did. He did that before he did The Wolfman, and he plays Dynamo Dan, the Electrical Man. It's really cool. I like that movie. He's charged with electricity, and he glows. Lionel Atwill plays the scientist who turns him into a living dynamo. It was a cool movie. I enjoyed it. It was a B flick, to be sure, but it was a Universal, and I just like the name.
What was the name?
Man-Made Monster.
Oh, right.
Igor. Doing a little bit of indicia here that I'm going to need for my newspaper, and see if I can think of anything else that needs to be put on there.
1941, man-made monster.
Yes, 1941. It was made right before they started work on the Wolfman. Just after Cheney had his big triumph of Mice and Men with Burgess Meredith, 1939.
That's Universal. So, you know, that's still copyrighted.
What is?
Man-made monster.
The name? I don't use it. I don't write it down. I don't put it on anything.
The movie. It's
I just
Universal.
call it. That's just a nickname for myself that I give myself now and then. Really.
No, I'm not saying the name. I'm saying the movie. Like, it'd be cool to show the movie.
No, they can't show the movie. It's Universal, man.
Yeah, that's.
I wish to God we could show some movies, but you can't.
Show this movie.
You could show
that one.
You could show Safety Last.
Show this movie. Look at that. Look at that. I'm showing it.
Alright, I gotta see what else do I got. Is there another one? Extra, final. I think all the rest can be done with done with the font. We'll have one of them should say the globe, and use that globe for this in the center of the headline. You know, above the headline.
Okay.
And one of them should be the Daily Watchdog, and the other one can be whatever you want it to be.
Valley City Times.
Got a lot of choices: the Herald, the Sun, Tribune, the Post, the News, the Star,
the Paper,
the blah blah, the Daily Blah, whatever. Okay. So, I guess I need to ink these. I need this stuff. Has to be saved because this stuff is the words are gonna go on it. Don't need this anymore. All right. Here's our final extra globe, a star with a hole in the center of it. Eagle, issue number 1, 12 cents. That's going on the comic book cover. $1 price for the game. The word addition can be done with the font, right?
Any word can be done with a font.
I think we'll just go with this. All you really needed was that little bit of imagery, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We got away with those Chaplin films, huh?
I'm pretty sure.
I remember when I was talking about Chaplin when we were doing it, I remember I was trying to think of the studios he worked for. And I remember the first one I remember, but the second one I didn't. Mutual was the name of the second studio he went to before he got his contract from First National. S&A Pictures, and then a few years at Mutual. And then he got his own deal with First National. And I think Shoulder Arms was the first film that he produced under the First National banner. And that made a ton of money. So then the Kid was developed, and that was like the big one that he did for First National. The Kid was a big one with Jackie Coogan as the Kid. That was a real tearjerker of a movie. I enjoyed it. But it was funny too.
Scotty, I just realized I'm Igor. I just got it.
Ah, just now getting that, are you?
Yes. Yes, I get it.
Everybody's got to have their sidekick, right?
I forgot to laugh.
Is that Igor or Igor? I love that in Young Frankenstein when he meets Igor at the train, and he's like saying, and he says, he sees his hump, he's got a hump back, and he says, I can help you with that. Dr. Frankenstein tells him that. I can help you with that hump. And he goes, what hump? He's like, okay.
Right.
Then the hump changes sides. Sometimes it's on the left, sometimes it's on the right.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's a great movie, man. It makes fun of the whole.
Right.
It makes fun of the whole Frankenstein thing very well.
You're talking about Young Frankenstein.
Right, the Mel Brooks movie.
Yeah, with Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder, that's right, and Peter Boyle.
Gene Wilder's amazing.
He was Mr. Willy Wonka himself. Alright, guess all I gotta do now is ink this stuff. mistake.
It's gonna be tiny, Mike.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be tiny. It's still. I'm actually inking it with the wrong papers. Paper sucks ink like. Kind of spreads. It'll be alright, I guess. I'm not really happy with this one though. I can redo that world for sure. Cut that bitch out. Alright, here's a couple of things. I'm going to redo the globe for you because I don't like it.
Mike,
Yeah.
could you give me some hatching on the land part?
Some what?
Some hatching on the land part on the globe?
Hatching on the water part?
On the land. I
Hatching.
don't know, just something to differentiate water from land on the globe.
I think they should just be. It's just black and white newspapers, so it'd probably just be black land and white water. I can.
I feel better now. Thank
Feel better now?
you. Yes, thank you.
All right, let's go with this. Let's just shoot it and see what it looks like. If it looks like crap, we'll make another one. This one's gotta go. All right, I'll go back to drawing some more mutton. Let's see. All right. A little bit more. A couple more eraser marks are taken off of it. Yeah, when you shrink these down, they'll look fine.
Oh yeah.
They won't. It won't be. And you add the words to them. The globe, sun, whatever you're going to add to them. Just a minute or two. I'll be right back, folks. Okay, I think I'm going to take a couple minutes, folks, and be right back. And take just a couple more minutes to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and start some more of this. Got our indicia done, and we'll go back to the story. See what we can't, what kind of layouts, what kind of first draft layouts we can come up with for these scenes. And so stick with us. This is not the most exciting episode today because I usually do a little inking for you, but I don't really have anything that's ready to ink right now, so I'm going to have to make some more preliminary pages to get that process rolling, so we have some pages by next week. We'll be inking some more pages. I got quite a few of them that I could actually start finalizing, but I don't know until I have all of them drawn, I won't know what page they are, to number them, and I just want to make sure I've got every sequence drawn out that connects to each other. So I'm hoping to try to make it 52 pages total. We've got 14, including a cover right now, and a pinup page. And we're going to have a table of contents page and probably a back cover of some kind. But probably, I'd say a total of 52 pages at least. So that's a lot of story. We've already got, I've got probably 20 some odd pages already ready to finish that have been drawn. But I figure I'm going to have at least 10 to 15 more before it's done. A total of 36 pages, 36 to 38 pages of story. That's a lot. That's a lot of story. Anyway, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Stick with us. This is Mike Jones Draws. We are back. Take a little break. This here is our proposed overall cover for the book. After we finish the 52 pages, I think that will be our cover. It doesn't reveal too much. Just sort of intrigued. The symbol intrigues you to see what is the scarlet mutton. You know, I think so. It works. I think it works a little bit better as a cover. And I'm going to put up at the top 52 big pages. You know, debut issue. 52 big pages at the top. Okay. So I'm happy with that. We did a little advanced coloring on it, and I think the colors work great for that. I think this is going to be fun to color once it's all drawn up. All right, back to Al Lupine and his gang on the boat, getting ready to head out, get away.
Time to crack open the Cheez-Its, Mike.
You know, it probably is, man. Word balloon here. Not sure what he's going to say. Something like...
Time to make like a drum and beat it, boys.
Yeah.
Time to make like a tree and leaf. Time to make like a banana and split.
That's right.
I support that. I support Johnny Stitch.
Johnny Stitch fan club, yeah. Johnny Stitch, he's the first one to get kicked off the boat.
First one to get kicked.
When the mutton drops in on him, he gets kicked off the boat.
Always first to get kicked. Vote Johnny.
Johnny Stitch for president. That's right.
Creep of the month. See, it just makes itself, doesn't it, Scotty?
What does?
It says Tommy Thug for Creep of the Month. Champagne rules. Need to make a fandom page.
All right, we're back. It's my son. He always has a knack for calling right when I'm on the air. He just has this knack. Yeah, he'll call me when I'm, and I'm in some kind of I'm using the bathroom,
As soon as you sit
or
down.
as soon as I'm in the shower, or he's got a knack for calling just when you can't answer. Okay, there's a couple of kind of very basic layouts. From this point, we go back to where the mutton is. I want to emphasize that these are layouts and they may or may not be as they will appear in the finished book, because when I redraw these things, I always seem to make little changes as I go to tighten it up, clean it up a little bit better, put a little more detail in areas like the water and various other stuff. Is that Marshall I hear over there?
Mr. Marshall.
Mr. Marshall. I think it's time for his lunch, or for his dinner. Yeah, usually about this time of day is when he gets fed.
Some meaty morsels.
And this is, during the week when I come home, he gets fed right when I get in. He's on he's on a very rigid schedule, actually. And his stomach knows when it's time. So, so what we have here is the mutton and Lambo coming out the window, going to try to catch the boat as leaving the dock from below. And we do a little close up where he says, "Ah, yes, this rope will do nicely." And another shot of him with the hands using his paddle prod to just burn the rope real quick, so he can grab it, and then he's going to do a Tarzan onto the boat as they come out, as they start to head out. Okay. Alright, let's see. I don't know what's next. Let's see. I guess I'd probably lay out the swing. And he kicks, Johnny Stench gets his ass kicked off the boat. And he ends up escaping after the melee.
Take a bath, Johnny.
Oh, Johnny needs a bath, yeah. Yeah, he's pretty nasty criminal. Ends up turning on Al Lupine and plea bargains with the cops for a deal. He throws Al Lupine under the bus so that he can get a better break from the DA. But while he's on the lam and Lupine's in jail, he instructs the dirty lawyer Ferris Woolhair of the firm Lyman and Woolhair to have him find him, have him found, and have him and hold him hostage somewhere till the trial's over. If he can keep the authorities from getting a hold of him or make him disappear, then they got nothing to bring in court. They don't have a witness. So the Lupine's gang, under the instructions of Woolhair, does just that. They capture him in a seedy hotel room and take him out to this cabin, which is on like this lakefront property where there's kind of like this these rental cabins, but this closed for the season, and they hide him out in one of these cabins way out in the country. And the mutton uses a tracer, puts it on Woolhair, the dirty lawyer's car, and is able to trace him and follow him to a rendezvous at this house where they're holding Stench. And the mutton has to get Stench out of the house and take him in so that Lupine can be prosecuted properly. He's hoping the DA will be happy with his assistance and will maybe break down and start working with him instead of trying to capture him. But the DA is stubborn, and he still doesn't see the mutton as anything more than a vigilante. But that will change when he needs the Mutton's help, and the Mutton saves his family from being executed. And that's when he gains his trust finally, and they start working together. And they're able to accomplish a little bit more and get a little closer to their ultimate goal, which is to expose the mysterious Wolf's Head Council, who keep coming back with new people. They hire people and hitmen, and they hire Dr. Vilo Fang, a mad scientist type wolf character who devises a inescapable doom trap for the Mutton when he first appears, and he comes back. He's my Dr. Doom. He comes back with all kinds of different ways of trying to kill the Mutton for the Wolf's Head Council. But nobody they send against him succeeds. And then at one point they find the ultimate agent, and this guy's name is Wolfgar. And Wolfgar is a cyborg wolf. I think he's created by Dr. Fang, actually, and he's half robot and half not. Big giant character, and he's the Bane kind of a character who ends up leading Lupine's men after while Lupine's in jail, takes over the organization and hopes to draw the Scarlet Mutton out into a battle. I've drawn this character. He's over there in my other stack of drawings, but I'm so not even close to getting to that point in the story right now. So it's that's for the future. Right now, I got to get this initial adventure knocked out. All right. Yes, this rope will do nicely. All right. Let's start the next page, which would be. Tell you, getting that fight on the boat and everything all done would be a real big coup for the day. But because I still got a bunch of other scenes that need to be tackled, but that would be a really good one to get close to finishing. Kind of goes like that, but he's gonna like that.
Sierra. Marshall.
Hey, Sierra.
Sorry you're not feeling well. How about a little Mike Jones draws?
Got kind of a captive audience today. No, not trying to be funny. Hey, Sierra.
She says that mango juice you bought was on point.
Yeah, so I thought it would be. It looked a bit better than just regular orange juice. And I know you like mango, so.
Mango juice for the soul.
Yeah.
This is much better. Much better than regular mango juice. Stacy wants to keep it in the fridge always.
Well, it's good. I mean, no question about it.
I got some grape Gatorade. It's exquisite. And I pair it with my Cheez-Its. Spectacular. Yeah, I made a playlist, Sierra, of things that work. Try to keep the, more upbeat tunes. The internet seems to be happy with it, so I'm happy with it. Better than forcing people to bring their own music.
Absolutely.
And it's better than me singing karaoke.
Hell yeah.
And it's better than dubstep. what you want, Marshall. You want a drink?
No, he wants some food and a drink.
You want a drink? You want a drink?
Ready or not. Look out. You look. We're getting there. See him up here leaping, a long shot. As the boat's coming out. And you see him in mid-swing. And then this panel should be a wolf looking up at the last second. A close-up of a wolf looking up at the last second.
Johnny Stench.
And it's Johnny Stench.
About to get the big boot to the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Stench fan club demands a Johnny Special Limited series.
Well, if Johnny Stench proves to be popular, man, definitely give him his own series.
Paul Mylan, good evening, sir.
Hello, Paul. Glad you could join us today. We're just working on some layouts here. Here's some stuff for the story. Fill in some holes. Some shots. And not doing much inking today. just kind of trying to figure out how I want it to be.
Sorry I missed last
Nice
week.
of you to stop by, man.
No worries, Paul. No worries. We'll be here. Many weeks to go.
Indeed, it's not coming along all that fast. I mean, it is and it isn't.
Hey, let me throw this up here for you real quick. Well, likewise. He said thanks for the follow on Instagram.
Thanks for what?
He said thanks for the follow on Instagram.
Oh, no problem, man. No problem. We support all local artists, especially ones with your talent.
Oops. Johnny Stent's about to take a bath.
I forgot whether I drew him with a hat or not. Nope, I didn't.
Yeah, I just threw some quick color into that cover. Just playing around with it, but it's effective. It's effective.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's pretty cool.
Just a little taste of what's to come.
Trying to have some fun with it. Nice, very conducive sketching environment. Mr. Mike Jones could say the same thing. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's nice when there's, when it's quiet and I can concentrate. Famous last words of a comic character. What the? Have to have one of those in there. Stench will rise to the top. Yes.
Nothing holds the stench down.
Yes, he will. He gets away here in this scene because he's the first one that gets kicked into the drink in the next panel, which I'm gonna I mean, there's still a lot of details to put in these panels and clean up the sequence so it reads properly. Right now, I'm just kind of playing with some action, trying to figure out which is the best way to show it. Yeah, and I think, honestly, I'm going to take a couple minutes and then we'll come back for a little while longer, but I think I'm going to be wrapping it up in a little bit because I'm just not exactly sure where I'm going with it. And I'd like to get a little further along with these sketches before we meet next Sunday, and which time I'll hopefully have some things ready to ink up and start finalizing these, making some editorial decisions about what the best way to showcase the sequence.
What the?
I always love that what the. Right before the big kapowie, where he swings down like this and kicks him right off the boat. Get this crate moving quick. Cast off those lines. The mutton won't stay bottled up for long. Right, Al. The cops are bound to show up soon, too. Let's go. So long, mutton. See you in the funny papers. As he tries to take off, but... no time to lose, Lambo. We'll have to take the shortcut. I read you, boss. Activate the mutton chops? No, not this time. I think I may have a better way. Follow my lead. Yes, this rope will do nicely, and then... ready or not, here I come. Look out below. Maybe you shouldn't say anything. I can just drop in. Bam, wham. So that would be like the next panel. I'm going to take a little quick break and wash my hands. I get them get nice and dirty.
Yeah.
From erasing. I already got some smudges on this if I even started on it. Just touching it.
Well, stop touching it.
Yeah, I gotta. No matter where I touch it. I gotta go. I'll be back in a minute, folks. So take a quick break. We'll be back. This is Mike Jones Draws. And I think I'm going to stop where I'm at today. I'm still trying to puzzle out just how these panels are going to go together exactly. And these are just individual ideas for panels. That I'm going to set up our final battle sequence. And I just stopped short of the first blow in the battle because I'm just trying to figure out the best way to show it. Ready or not, I'm dropping in. So I'll probably have having Tarzan in and kick one of the guys, and then he blows up his mutton shield, and the other two in the boat start shooting at him, and then he gets into a fight with one of them on the bow of not the bow, but on the front of the boat. What do you call the front of the boat?
Stern.
The what?
Stern.
No, that's the bow. The bow's the front. The stern's the back, right? Yeah.
You know, I'm not a sailor.
I'm pretty sure that the stern is the back.
Port
So
side.
he gets up on the front of the boat and he fights with the one guy, and then that gives
I love the right shot.
Al Lupine, who's down in the hold, in the room, in the little bedroom or whatever, little cabin, comes out with his gun drawn and gets a drop on him from behind. And just before he's able to kill him, of course, Lambo makes his entrance just the right time and drops in via the fabulous mutton chops. And they proceed to finish kicking the shit out of these guys. The guy that gets this guy here, Stench, he gets dropped into the drink right away, which only leaves 3 of them. And the other 2 are the ones the mutton dispatches one with his mutton prod, and then pulls up his shield, like I said, and then this guy starts shooting at him, and he makes his way to the front, and they have a fight, and that's when Lupine gets the drop on him and goes from there. After they defeat the gang quickly on the boat and recover the money, the cops, the harbor patrol shows up, and they all have to cheese it. And they use their mutton chops to fly out of the harbor back to their ebony racer, and where there's other problems happening. But they managed to get back to the mutton lair finally at the end, and Al Lupine, of course, is arrested. The money's recovered, and the Wolf Head Council could not be more unhappy about this. They become determined to find a way to wipe the Scarlet Mutton out, one way or another. And that'll be our epilogue. You know, what new dangers face the Scarlet Mutton and Lambo. Be sure to join our next issue for a story we call Double or Mutton. Anyway, this is all the damage I want to do today on this. I'll have some more drawn by the time I see you guys again next week. And be a little closer to this and probably add a few pages in another section of the comic book that needs to be connected. But we're getting there. We'll get it all put together. We're gonna end up with 52 pages, like I said, in this book. It's gonna be quite an accomplishment when we're done with it. You know. And I appreciate all you guys stopping in to support and help out and throw in your comments. It's always fun. Thanks for coming today, Paul. Thanks for coming, Scotty. Brian.
Sierra.
Always good to see you, Sierra.
Rebecca.
All you guys that showed up today, I applaud you. Thank you so much. I love you all. And we will be back again next week. Until that time, keep your pencil sharp as always and keep drawing. It's the man-made monster Mike Jones signing off. Say goodbye, Jacobin.
So long, Internet.
Have a great week, everybody.